What if the biggest problems in your life right now aren't actually as big as they seem? Most of us are accidentally using a mental tool that makes our anxieties grow giant-sized. But there is a secret that can shrink those problems to the size of an ant. It's a mindset used by a young teenager thousands of years ago to face her impossible situations. Today, we are unlocking the hidden power behind this verse, Luke 1 verse 46. And it all starts with the word, magnify. The Bible tells us, and Mary said, "My soul magnifies the Lord." Mary spoke these words during a moment of intense personal uncertainty. She had just traveled to visit her elderly cousin, Elizabeth, who was miraculously pregnant with John the Baptist. Some time earlier, Mary received incredible news. She would soon conceive a son, and his name would be Jesus. For a virgin pledged to marry Joseph, such news was deeply troubling, especially in those days. When Mary says her soul magnifies God, she means her heart, her mind, and her entire being magnifies God alone. Mary wasn't making God bigger than he actually is. God is already supreme. Think of a telescope. It doesn't make a star physically bigger. It just reveals how massive it already is. Mary chose to focus on God alone so that every terrifying problem in her life felt small and unimportant. She realized that when God fills your entire vision, there is simply no room left for fear. So, why do we find it so incredibly hard to think the way Mary did? It's because of our own hidden unbelief. Look at what Psalm 78 verse 41 says about Israel. Yes, again and again they tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. Catch that word, limited. Yes, we can limit how God works in our lives. Every time we anxiously ask, "Can God really fix this?" we shrink him in our minds. For example, if someone firmly believes God cannot heal a specific medical condition, they close the door to seeing his supernatural healing power manifest. Or, if you believe God can never change the hardened heart of your spouse, you lock yourself out of the miracle of reconciliation. Too many of God's beautiful promises stay sitting on the shelf, unfulfilled. Not because God lacks the power, but because we try to measure his infinite strength with our tiny logic. True faith does the exact opposite. It removes the mental limits we place on the Almighty.
So, how do we shift our focus? Psalm 69 verse 30 gives us the exact blueprint. It says, "I will praise the name of God with a song, and will magnify him with thanksgiving." Did you catch the secret weapon called thanksgiving? Gratitude is the supernatural mechanism that magnifies God inside your mind. This is exactly what Mary was doing. She wasn't focusing on her unknown future. Because she chose gratitude over fear, she became a vital part of the greatest miracle history has ever seen. When you intentionally stop and remember every single good thing God has already done for you, it stirs your heart and sets your faith completely on fire. Remembering past victories reminds you of his unchanging goodness and mercy. Satan loves to drop massive obstacles directly in your path to make you panic. But as you magnify God, those obstacles stop looking like mountains and start looking like speed bumps. With his help, you don't just endure the obstacle, you completely overcome it. So, here's the question for you. Are you magnifying God, or are you magnifying your problems? When you talk about your problems all day long, you are magnifying them. You are telling your mind that your problem is bigger than your Creator. But when you shift your words to praise and thankfulness, you place your problem back into its proper, tiny perspective. Your strong faith actively removes the limits you placed on him. Remember, nothing, absolutely nothing, is too difficult for the Lord. When we live like Mary did, our souls shout, "Hallelujah!" Because we know the victorious one is fighting our battles. If this message shifted your perspective today, drop a comment below and declare, "I am magnifying God, not my problems." Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any boost of faith.